and stay focused on the actual prize. But it looks like we're going into this one. We'll have a look at the buys for both teams coming into Fnatic, 4 sets of armor, and actually 1 utility player on Flusher with a smoke and a flashbang there, going for full second mid control as well, fast in the apartments.
Lovely touch from that nade's going to certainly set them up for a good start in this one, but Fnatic is going to have to back away and stay a little bit more passively into this, as now it does seem as though once again Fnatic are taking that control through quad, normally known for that CT presence going for the split, but actually Luminosity meeting them pretty well thus far, down to 2 here, as Olaf getting tagged up. It means a Flusher has to come into the action. That P250 just not landing right now.
No, absolutely not. He will be taken down as well. It's just going to be Olaf Meister bomb down in the apartments. He will be able to pick it up, but with 9 HP, Lauren, I don't really fancy his chances here. He's up against 3 players. They went for a very fast, aggressive tactic there, all going through the houses, hoping to find that first kill. But LG find the first one, go back into that defensive setup, and Taco continuing his fantastic form from the first game against Navi. He picks up 2, and now Olaf with 1 minute to play with, but just very limited in terms of options. The only good news for him, I guess, is no one's towards Banana right now, but they're adjusting. They're going to be facing him all at the same time, and there it is. Luminosity take the CT pistol around there, but the thing is, you know Fnatic, they're not going to go down about a fight in this situation. They will be force buying up into this one. That's kind of, oh, a pause. Okay, why not? Olaf Meister pause, I guess it's a technical issue going into it.
Got to assume so.
This would be a very strange time to take a tactical timeout, I have to say.
It would be, but no, it will be something just maybe to fix something up, make sure everything's working right. You might as well do it at this point and get it out of the way and done with. Yeah, JW's game crash, so there we go. So hopefully he'll be back in with us nice and quickly. But yeah, kind of reviewing that round, that was a little bit of a different stance from Fnatic, kind of renowned for those B splits, you know, sending them through towards CT Arch, getting themselves through and pinstring towards that B side. And it's super effective on their T side. Everyone knows it. They seem to have come in with a little bit of a different touch.
They're so good at the exchanges normally in that situation. That's why they're so good at getting that mid control. As soon as the CT faces, even if he gets 1, he's going to be taken down regardless of what weapon he has. But that pistol round, yeah, it's strange to go for that very fast apartments approach. It just relies on finding the initial entry kill there. I would say the USP has the advantage. So if he hits that first shot, he's obviously got the option to fall back as well. He takes the first shot, they fall back, they get the double man set up towards the pit. And here comes the force buy there from Fnatic. So they've got Desert Eagles, CZs, Tech 9s, and head armor as well. So the only good news for Luminosity is this one is they've got no utility to work with whatsoever. It's purely going to come down to the frags here, and you can see Luminosities do have smoke grenades. They have got decent utility, gone for a heavy SMG setup as well. So this could be a very interesting round. They're kind of taking a little bit of a gamble here, just hoping the utility will help them out.
It's a risk going into a round like this against someone like Fnatic, who've stuck their way up mid pretty well. First going to try and hold the angle, and he just gets absolutely mowed down by Olaf. And now suddenly, here's that control towards CT Arch that normally you see earlier on, but now FNX fancies his chances, and there's Olaf again now. This guy takes matters into his own hands, and generally it works out pretty well. Taco's trying to take the fight, but gets outnumbered. And again, Fnatic turning these rounds just instantly.
Absolutely, just finding that first frag. We know they're so dangerous on these rounds. It was discussed before we went into this matchup, and Luminosity looking like they're going to drop this round. Just 2 players remain. Cold Zero and Fallen here. Oh, they haven't got kits either. Like, this is almost an impossible situation. At this point, they're trying to find maybe a little stack going on towards Boiler Room, find an entrance to this round somehow, but very disciplined play from Fnatic so far. Fallen going to be throwing a grenade and probably bowing out of this round, but there it is. The thing is, like, Luminosity was set up in 1 versus X situations there. There was no chance of a refrag. When you know you're going up against this really powerful setup from Fnatic, you know they're going to be forced buying into it. I feel like you'd be better off just playing on the bomb site, just holding back, getting some information on the corner perhaps. As soon as one of you go down, that opens everything up. We saw it. Olaf Meister picks it up with the Desert Eagle headshot, comes round, picks up the UMP, gets a second as well, and it was just a disaster from that point. Only managing to pick up 2 frags on their anti-eco. You can see what they're going for there. Like I said, they get the SMGs, they're going for the utility play. They're hoping it's more of a slow mentality from Fnatic. Locked them out of the round, but very fast, aggressive, of course, towards middle. And they find those opening kills. And it's going to be Luminosity now forcing into this situation. They have gone for the CZs and Desert Eagles themselves. And I'm sure we'll see a much slower round from Fnatic this time. They're to be aware of this situation. They'll be spreading themselves out across the map. Going for some banana control perhaps, seeing whether they can push the CDs back, take some vision away. That's going to be Crims going up first.
He's going for the fast flash on the peak as well, and he's going to get it. That's a pretty clean little pick up for him. Not too much gained out of that one for Luminosity. They're just going to have to sit back and kind of suffer. This is now they're going to have to pull players across towards B. Now they have to split themselves up, and holding those close angles becomes just that touch harder with those CZs.
Well, the thing is, they do have flashbangs here, the CT, so they can potentially flash over towards B and just get us some sort of vision onto what's going on. I think a flashbang probably will be coming in soon, and it's seeing if they can spot any players. They need intel right now. You've got 2 players on either side, and not really much to work with. You can see Fallen and FNX set up here, hoping someone will just face Nick and just blitz him with the pistols here, but so far, so good for Fnatic, just holding strong and seeing what the reaction is from the CTs.
And it looks like they were using JW as the scout then for a second, but Crims has actually taken the forefront in this, which maybe going to switch out to Flusher, then going to go forward. He's only got that P250, a flash himself, and a nade, so going to just peek the corner, maybe get some backup on that. Nice close flash. Does the job perfectly. FNX goes down, and suddenly Luminosity with 3-2 on the other side of the map, and that bomb looking pretty confident to go to B, at least for now.
Indeed. Bomb side is open. We have got one CT player there. That's going to be Fallen with the P250, but he gets taken down by JW there. It's going to be a 5-on-2. The CT's on the wrong bomb side as well, so this round's pretty much over. It's just a case if they can save the head armor at this point, that's going to be valuable for them going to the next round. It will be eco, but it's something to work with the CZ. So you can see Fur and Taka now just trying to hold on for dear life there. JW, though, he's got other ideas. He does take down Fur in the apartments, and now just Taka remains. Like I said, just trying to stay alive at this stage. If he can kill someone and pick up an AK, that'd be fantastic, but I don't really fancy his chances in this circumstance.
Clutching at straws probably at this point, but might be able to stay alive if those shots don't come any closer.
Well, you can see they're kind of thinking about checking this, the fact they're spamming it.
They're clearing it out so
pincering
well as well.
Yeah, he's going to be taken down. You can see all of them coming now, literally no
time
chance for him.
Oh,
But that's it. Surely.
Oh, that wall is paper thin at this point, isn't it? 16 HP, and it's not going to last long there. Dennis will find it through the wall. And there we go. Fnatic kind of, I guess, pressing where it hurts right now after picking up what that, the back of that Deagle and then working off the back of it into this round now, and then they're 2-1 up. It's looking pretty good for them, but then again, Luminosity have been pretty decent at turning these rounds themselves. So, Na'Vi certainly felt the brunt of that, but this one probably going to be rather foregone.
Well, this is the thing. They get $2,400 next round, so Fallen will be able to buy at AWP. Won't be the best buy. I think he'll just about get some body armor, maybe a smoke grenade, but that's going to be about it. So you can see them investing pretty much nothing into this round. Literally nothing, actually. This is USPs and a P2000. And this should be, like you said, a foregone conclusion, as Dennis is going to be nading towards middle. It's actually JW that lands the headshot there towards middle, and this is their core fundamentals now. It's working together, facing the angles, making sure they refrag at any opportunity. Looking at B, though, being a little bit aggressive over towards that. Actually going into the bomb site. It's going to be a stack onto the bomb site from coldzera. He gets taken down, and it's just vital information now. It's just going to be an absolute walkover for Fnatic. It's going to be 3-1. Just Fallen remains.
And Flushes has been sitting on this kind of P250, working his way through. And he's been so good with it as well. This guy brings out the UMPs, he brings these kind of guns all the way through this, but now look how much money he's got there, 8.3k as well. So looking pretty well set to go forward. But then again, this is the round the Luminosity need to start picking up. These gun rounds are going to be the important ones. Fulham going straight onto the AWP as well. They obviously no armor to boot with that one, whereas JW is going to have it pretty well set. But then again, it's the T side. You can see Olaf with a Mag 10 in this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's just taking that risk, right? He's going up against Taco, has no head armor, so does Fallen. It could actually be quite of interest in the Mag 10 in this situation. So it definitely is a little bit of a gamble from Fallen going for the naked AWP, but JW poised and ready. This is a much slower approach than this. Spreading themselves out across the map, seeing if there is any sort of aggression. LG definitely a team known to show it on the CT side, but so far it's holding quite passive here. You'd feel like with no kits and not really much to work with in terms of utility, they may be like hunting for a kill, trying to make Fallen make something happen here, but so far just staying back and just hoping someone walks in this crosshair.
Tackle a nice little bit of a corner hit. You're making first contact if they do make that play towards mid, but at the moment all retracting back, looking towards B. JW just leading the way at the moment, making sure no one's going to peer around that corner, but Fallen is there as well, so this could be a great little beginning to this one. But then again, Fnatic running the clock pretty low themselves here, down to about a minute, but then again, smoke's coming out. It might be time for them to make the play. There's the flash to follow, and Fallen's timing not quite as perfect as hope. He's going to have to flash himself out of this one, but you can see coldzera in a perfect spot here. They've not seen him at the moment, and coldzera can do so much work. He needs the timing to be perfect, and Fnatic are being so restrained at this point.
Yeah, they've actually smoked off the front of the bomb site. That's that tactic MC Fnatic for quite a while, actually. Take away the vision from this bomb site completely, get in this pool area where Flusher is right now, and the idea is he has to work a frag. You can see the teammates actually rotating back towards A as well. So they've got him in position, and he's like the snake in the grass right now. The CTs have no idea if there's anyone in there. No information. They've been pushed back, but Fur holding strong towards middle. Takes down Dennis, and there's no refrag. And Olaf low as well. He actually get a double here, but somehow he capitalizes.
And Olaf is so low, though. That's the problem now. The 4v2 is going to become a little bit impossible for Fnatic because they're just walking into the players who had no reason to rotate. There were still players on that site for Luminosity, so they held it down on B, and now the bomb put into a bit of a dire position. JW's going to have to back out of this one. He does have the AWP still to hand. He does have the armor as well. So it's time to keep hold of that. So Luminosity starting things off well into these gun rounds, 2-3 now, and holding back Fnatic.
Yeah, that's a massive round for Luminosity. Obviously, we saw what a weak buy was going into that one. They didn't really have much to work with. And when their smoke execution came in for Fnatic as well, like I said, all the vision taken away there, Fallen going down to very low HP. They didn't really have much footing onto the bomb site. Leaving Flusher there, he was the one I thought was going to actually step up there, but it was actually very disciplined for Luminosity. This will held back, and it was further to open things up towards middle and got that intel back in their favor. Flusher got taken down, but of course, As we saw, Olaf Meister buying that Mag 10, they have tons of cash here for Fnatic, so another big round and a potential reset coming for Luminosity as well.
And I love this from Luminosity, putting a lot of players towards A, expecting maybe this aggression coming out from Fnatic, and they've read it like a book, but now can they handle the players coming their way? 3 players up in the apartments. Fallen's the only man on the ground so far. Fnatic have got mid control, but Fnatic are maybe questioning where the hell these guys are at the moment because
there's 3
no one there.
in the apartments. This is kind of crazy. They need to get out of here now because obviously it's a difficult position. Taco's going to jump out and make his way towards the pit as well, and it's going to be a nice crossfire setup as well. Fer takes down Flusher, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 in favour of the Brazilians here. And Fallen getting just decent into it. Doesn't land the shot, but it's going to be Fer that takes down JW on the other side.
But he's going to have to give up that complete control of this side. He can't re-peek without putting himself in danger. That's allowed Crims now to find the shot towards Taco. Fer's keeping hold of it. The man who stepped up massively in the previous map is now doing the same here against Fnatic, and they lock it down. But that was Fer with the ace in the end. They stacked out, what, 4 players towards A, 3 in apps, and then just Fallen kind of sitting around CTR?
I got a bit worried for them there, right? When I saw 3 players in the apartments and Fnatic actually coming up towards quad, you thought, okay, they've actually got full control of the situation. You're so, like, flustered in that apartments area, but somehow they flashed out, got someone into pit, Fer just picking up frags left, right, and centre. Great crossfires, great attention deficits there, but we're going to see now Fnatic will be force buying once again. They do have JW on the AWP, no armour, and Flush is going to be on towards the Tech 9 as well, so interesting round coming forward. Another big one for Luminosity. If they can seal this one, they're going to break the economy for Fnatic going forward and actually get themselves set up for a decent position here on the CT side.
Now almost completely negating presence towards the apartment. So switching things up on the dime now. Colt's going to take the peak, and he's going to lose that out, though. Now Olaf's got a bit of a window of opportunity, and instantly Fnatic starting to posture themselves maybe towards this A side. There are still 3 players here, though. Fallen's still got CT Arch. He's been playing far more passive than this normally. So maybe looking for the instant challenge, and that's a great way to kick things off there. Dennis getting picked apart. Now Taco comes in. Can Fnatic find an opening pretty soon? They're down to a minute here, and look who's pushing down Banana as well. Everything's going to come together here for Luminosity as long as they hit these shots.
Yeah, it's a really nice reaction there from Luminosity. Fallen is continuing his form here, and it's going to be a 4-on-2. The last 2 players are going to be pincered as well. FNC coming in the back. He wants that second kill as well. He picks it up. And like I said, Olaf Meister picks up that first kill in the apartments, right? But you saw the instant reaction coming in from Luminosity. They rotate 1 player back from B, and 1 starts pushing down as well. They're getting lots of information, and Fallen gifted a shot through the smoke, I'd say, but it's a massive one. It's the one that actually opens it up. He's able to fall back, and Fnatic force into unfavourable situations there. And now, finally, Luminosity have broken the money down. It's going to be pretty much full eco coming in from Fnatic here. We've got Flusher on a Desert Eagle and body armor, but that's pretty much it. No nades to speak of, and Fer reading the situation well. Wants to go for this first initial kill at the top of the middle.
Yeah, Fallen taking himself over towards the other side there. So a little bit of a switch up, maybe just reading into the economy, understanding how they want to posture themselves into this round. But first, going to have to back away. They've lost that vision down mid. Smokes are going to come out. We're going to see, once again, what Fnatic can bring through this one. JW's taking a little bit of flack already. He's down to, what, 12 HP, but the rest of Fnatic going to be looking for their opportunities now. As Fallen could be vulnerable here, but he does have support. He does have someone right beside him, so does take the first. He needs to back out of that. coldzera waiting to pounce. Flash actually was Fnatic, so it does end up blinding them, so can't pull away as much as he'd like to, but nicely held in the end, and there's a shutdown from coldzera. So they do lose out on Fallen. That AWP. Is it recoverable? No. They're going to have to repurchase that one if required.
Yeah, they've got 10k on foes. It's not a massive deal. It obviously would have helped to keep that one and kind of just build the coffers a little bit there. But fantastic work there. Teamwork was working very well.
Love this view.
Yeah,
that was my favourite
one. Yeah, but you see, like, the idea behind that is it's Fallen taking that first shot on the call, and they've got coldzera for the cleanup. He's called it an eco. He's ready there, flashing over, picks up 3 or 4 kills, and that's the round over at that stage. So Luminosity getting a decent amount of rounds in a row here. We do have the buy coming in from Fnatic once again. No AWP this time, but they have got 5 AKs and 5 smokes and a Molotov as well, so slowing things down. Fallen still towards B, so he's looking for that early information, see if he can get that first kill. Just going to be deciding to drop back now as well, going to get behind away. Well, I thought he was, but I decided to stay.
Well, they have been putting Fort away quite regularly. They've been putting a lot of kind of changes through here on their CT side, which is lovely to see. Real adaptation on CT side, rather than just responding to maybe what the T's are bringing. They look active in doing this, not allowing Fnatic to control that pace, but Olaf before was successful at picking up the first kill through here, but then again, did not convert to a round, but still, maybe looking for options. He does have support this time. He's got at least 2 players with him, so in theory, could go a little bit better from here.
Yeah, I feel like they learned the lesson in the apartments after Olaf took them down. It was a bit of an audacious face to begin with. Like, you do no flashbang from a teammate, just going for the straight up dry face, but they managed to win the round here, and it's still going to be a slow approach from Fnatic, just getting control of boiler rooms and apartments here. Doing some key smokes as well, but the Molotov comes in to slow them down a little bit towards boiler room.
Luminosity holding their nerve so far. It's running that clock down well as well. 45 seconds left here. Fnatic looking for maybe another chance in this one, but Luminosity giving them nothing. Sitting back, playing calm. They still have some utility left. They've got, Molly on Taco, a couple of flashes to play with. But it's going to be Crimson JW once again to run that gauntlet towards A, and it looks like they're going to just about have to go for this one pretty darn soon, but all the Luminosity players are tucked in on the side. They're playing this one passive as hell. You've got First sitting right on the corner here. He's going to swing out on this one, wait for the flash to come out. He's going to take it. There's 3 lined up, and he's going to find 2 beautifully. JW and Crims get absolutely massacred. Now Olaf tries to find his place in this round. He's going to find at least 1. There's Dennis with the second, and now into this 2v2. It's going to be retake time for Luminosity.
They just have much time to plant the bomb as well. Goes down with 4 seconds to spare, but like you said, 2-on-2 coming in. Fallen and coldzera both coming from the arch side as well. Going to be smoked out as well. Flashbangs remain for Fnatic as well, so that's just delaying things more and more. Difficult prospect for the CTs. No utility to work with themselves, so they're going to have to push through this smoke. Don't really have many options going forward.
Oh, they're boosting above it.
I like this though.
Don't know if they're going to be able to see Dennis at all. He's tucked in on the site still. Olaf waiting away in pit, but they're still looking for an opportunity here, and there's the first chance of it. He does get the 1-for-1 trade out here, but coldzera not too sure where he's getting pinned in from now. The bomb's planted well for this, but he's going to bait it out. He doesn't get the shot off, and Olaf again making some big moves here with Dennis. Those two on this site have been making the waves pretty much. They've started to build up a couple of rounds for Fnatic.
It was the thing. Luminosity picked up the first few frags as well. It was like, what, 30 seconds remaining for Fnatic by the time they actually made their way up towards middle. It was actually a really nicely played round from Luminosity. They went for, when they saw the clock was running so low, went for a very passive setup there. And Fur faces the corner. I don't think he was even aiming at the first player.
I don't know how that hit.
And like it works, so fair play to him. But he gets those first 2 kills, and the thing is, when Olaf Meisters are left in a clutch situation, you're done for. There's still so many opportunities for Fnatic going forward. But they managed to take the round. You can see it's not a perfect buy still from Fnatic. They actually lost 4 players in the last round. So we've got a Tech 9 on Flusher and a Deagle on Crim. So CT still heavily favoured in this round. Obviously, they've got the AWP on towards Fallen as well.
You can see those mollies being put to exact positions where he was previously, so removing the threat of what they had to face on their eco not too long ago. Then again, still a little bit to work with for Luminosity. They're certainly not out of cash just yet, at least in this round, so they've got those smokes there that they need to play with. Now, last time around, this ended up working. This start coming out from Crims and Olaf taking that control through, but it was eventually down to just Dennis and Olaf, but still, it was the play that did end up winning this. Then again, Fur certainly made a bit of a blistering stand for Luminosity before, but not sure if Fnatic can let him get away with it this time. It looks like, again, playing very slow pace CS for Fnatic into this one.
Yeah, the CTs do have 2 smokes remaining as well on coldzera and towards Fallen as well, but he's going to be towards the B bomb side for now. It's just going to be that rifle setup towards middle. It's actually going to be facing by himself as well, so he's kind of holding tight and is making sure to get a little bit of intel, then fall back. So Flush is trying to get some intel towards Banana, but here comes JW, going for that face once again. He's got the AK-47, going to be smoking off Arch, and actually going to be smoking off towards Library. So maybe they're going for that B split. Looks like they're going for the CT spawn play. And Olaf Meister showing some distraction towards quad as well.
But look how much little information they're allowing Luminosity. Smokes up, flashes up, but this is where the hit's coming to. Nice little rolling flash comes out, lines him up for coldzera. He just smashes them back down. Fallen's there with eyes on, but it's Fur to claim it. And now suddenly, where's the last 2 players? They were the ones playing the distraction over by A, but now they have to save the day. Last round, Olaf was certainly part of it, but JW now has to join him. 5 seconds on that plant. It just about goes down. The deny comes in. JW knows he's out of time. He's got the knife, but he doesn't get to use it. And Luminosity, what a hold coming out.
Absolutely. Fnatic looking a little bit lost for words there. They're getting run down to the clock. They're, like you said, being a very passive game so far. They're not looking as confident as they normally do towards middle. There comes down to about 30 seconds again. They're setting themselves up for that CT spawn split, but coldzera locks down 2 frags as soon as they come in, and this easy retake coming in from Luminosity. The bomb not planted once again for Fnatic, so this could be Glocks and PT50s with the looks of things going to this one. So round number 11, and Luminosity definitely coming to life here. Looking very strong after the initial deficit, but here we go then. No nades once again for Fnatic, going for 2 players towards B. It's going to be Crims at the top now, but smoked out, and actually allowing Luminosity to take 4 players towards the A bomb site.
Will there be any punishment for this? Fnatic haven't been making as much of an impression on this round. So like normally somehow, you know, there's like some ridiculous deagle shots coming through. Like they always make it mildly costly somehow, but looking at like Luminosity's, the way they're kind of facing into this round, they're so passive. They're holding such far back angles. It's just not allowing this to happen.
This is the prime example right now. If you look on the A bomb side, the mini-map, you can see they've actually got some really nice crossfire set up.
Oh, even a big map. That's
yeah,
nice.
There you go. Fallen and Fur. Fur gets the attention. Obviously, like Fallen waits there and gets the refrag as soon as they come around. And you can see the same with FNX and Taco as well. Taco's towards that truck area. And then we've got the other player on towards the bomb side as well. So just ready for this eco. They're going to hear the deagles being fired right now. They know what they're up against. Don't want to give any frags away. Don't give them a window of opportunity. We saw it happen before in the second round. As soon as you face and that first frag comes down, you don't get a refrag. That's when you're in trouble here. So that's what they're trying to eradicate right now.
All right, Fnatic, how are you going to get around this one? Normally they seem to find a way, but I think this time around, if I'm not mistaken, Luminosity have a great idea of what's coming. But now The timing on this. Fallen now can't make the shot, but he's going to at least soften them up. And Fur, as you said, is holding the angle. He gets the information and he just starts taking them down. And look at that. Really well played. What a great composure coming into that.
Yeah, it's a big read to actually just leave one player towards B and they say, look, let's just stack our bets over here and play a very defensive game towards the B bomb side to try and lock them out of your utility. And then hope that Fnatic do their kind of standard walking up towards middle, trying to just go around towards arch side, and it was just a perfect setup. You saw how Fallen took the attention for with easy spray downs there as they ran around the corner. And we go into round number 12 now, and we have a very weak buy coming out of Fnatic. You know, we've got Galil's, Crims and Dennis with no grenades whatsoever, no head armor on Flusher and Dennis either, so the M4's coming a lot stronger going into this round. And this time, you can see them going to yet another default here, just trying to work out what's going on. It's going to be Flusher trying to work towards the B bomb side once again, but not getting anything for it so far.
And this is the danger, though, that Fnatic always have this switch that they can go to where, I think it was in Barcelona they were discussing it, and JW was discussing it with us by the analysis test while they weren't obviously playing. They're saying that sometimes when things just don't start working, we have to go to this puggy style because we just, you know, we can depend on it, it kind of works. But maybe Fnatic still have a couple of things up their sleeve at the moment. But 4 rounds on the T side for Fnatic is a little different from what I'm used to.
Yeah, they normally roll people on their T side. That's where they get most of their rounds here. But let's see how they approach this one. Still 1 minute remaining, so they're trying to act a little bit faster than we've seen in previous rounds. It's waiting for the smoke to dissipate there. Crims with a little 360 head spin.
Just for Alex Machine Richardson.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, they need to find frags. They don't really have much to work with. Dennis is going to be facing towards quad. He's going to be spotted, though. It's a pretty wild shot from him to try and get them down, but he takes down FNX. Taco responds, and now it's looking at the A-bomb side. Actually becoming viable for Fnatic here.
Love that play from Dennis. Instantly expecting where the crossfire was going to be set towards the A site, and first going to get caught out. And again, Fnatic piecing things together just as they need it, and having to run the gauntlet of taking these fights. And Dennis takes, you know, the challenge head on, and it kind of works out for him. But now Fallen and Coldzera have to play this retake if they want this round in the bag. Now, Molly's going down, time being bought here. Flash is coming through. And it looks like Cold's dying to go through that smoke. He's done it. Fallen's just gone for it. I guess that's the manly way of doing things. And look at Flusher burning alive. He's down to nothing, but Olaf still holding the push, and Olaf gets the second. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Again, though, this duo that Dennis taking down the player, creating that crossfire towards.
Yeah.
Then you get Olaf kind of closing it down. These two have been absolutely instrumental towards these hits towards A.
So far, Fnatic have been quite telegraphed with what they're doing. Once they get that mid control, obviously they're putting smokes down towards Libra, smoking off the arch itself. This time, you know what? Dennis is just going to run in by himself with the Galil and to see what he can do with it. Manages to get that first kill in the apartment. That just throws a complete spanner in the works. You can see a little bit of panic coming in from the CTs at that point. It's just very difficult to read what's going on in that situation. Olaf comes in and just the master and that bomb side takes down 2 more kills and they win the round. So Fnatic with a very loose mentality there, but round number 5 there. It's just Fergo for that aggressive face towards middle. Once again, no refrag coming in, so actually puts the advantage in favour of the T's here. So they can just hold up and see what reaction comes in. You can see a player rotating from B as well. So just going to feel out the map for a little bit longer and see what they get presented with here.
I guess almost luckily to a small way, the 2 players for Luminosity were holding by quad. They would have known if someone had pushed through by now, but they have still pulled that player over towards A. So I think for now it's just Fallen holding. I think Coldzera's getting an idea like, okay, maybe that wasn't the best of ideas. Maybe we still need to hedge our bets right now. Fnatic are taking their time in this one.
Well, Fallen is there on the corner with the AWP. No teammate to back him up. It's going to be Molotov out as well. So that's his vision and his early advantage taken away. Trying to hold the corner still, but you'd assume he'll be smoked out momentarily. It's looking like actually a little bit of a fake coming in. There's a few flashes chucked over. They still have the bomb towards the middle as well. CTs still have 3 players towards A. So far so good for Luminosity. They are a man down. But let's see what they can do with this one. Olaf Meister in the boiler room. And now Taco facing towards middle. FNX in the cubby.
They're playing so much closer this time, Luminosity. Last time they were sat back on the sides. Taco hasn't played the spot yet. He's going to get 2 players right in front of him. He takes down 1. He's going to get the second. Third might just as well come in, but no. Flush release get that, but now Olaf is completely out of place. He's going to have to go full on clutch in this. 20 seconds. Smoke down towards quad. Goes straight on the side. He's going to see 1. Going to try and take that shot, though. Not going to get it straight away. Bomb is going to go down. He's still got a molly, he's still got a nade, but whether or not he's going to have time to use this is going to be the next thing, and it's not going to happen. Again, Luminosity, a touch of aggression, a little bit of a switch up, then pushing a little bit closer for that contact, and then 2 players just lining up perfectly.
It's kind of nuts he got away with that position. Like, obviously, like if he doesn't get a kill there or he just gets 1, the round's pretty much over. That's given a huge advantage towards Fnatic. He gets gifted the opportunity. They're not even going to face him. It's on your screen right now. Like, no one's even considering this position, and that's just a dream scenario for Taco. He only gets 2 for it. Potentially could have got 3, but that was enough. That was enough to just kind of panic them. Olaf Meister left in pretty much unwinnable situation. I don't think he got the bomb down either. So it's going to be a 4 spy coming in from Fnatic this time. So Olaf Meister with the AWP this time, not JW. And we're looking like we have a change of pace here for LG, sending 3 players towards B, getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to find that first frag. This could work out perfectly for them. FNX gets the first, and that's enough. They don't really need to commit to this at this point. It's fall back.
What are you doing?
And I don't know what the hell FNX is playing at. Like I said, just fall back. You've won the round now. Why would you...
He just went back into the fire.
They didn't even have to work for that frag. That's insane. Okay. Huge
okay.
blunder from FNX there. I think he got a little bit too trigger happy after getting that first frag. He's like, oh, they've only got pistols. I'll get some more. Don't worry, I've got this. And then this burns alive, of course.
Just missing the warmth, you know. And look at nice play from Fallen just to remove away any of the guns to be easily picked up and recovered, of course. Noting the Fnatic are dwindling a little on the money front. So playing safe in that regard, maybe FNX should take that idea to mind next time around. And to be fair, you know, Fallen says all the time they'll look back over their demos and such and they'll discuss this, and clearly I can imagine FNX kicking himself for that one. But again, into the round, 50 seconds left. Fnatic is still trying to find the best option here, and they're certainly not being presented with easy opportunities.
Absolutely, it's a very passive mentality from LG. They don't want to give anything away here. You can see once again playing towards that truck area, and Olofmeister with the orb. They're relying on him right now to actually open this up. And he's just slowly but surely trying to gain some intel here. Taco making quite a little noise there as well. He's going to have something to work with. Doesn't land the shot there, but definitely knows there's someone there. Another shot rattled off towards Taco. He's going to probably not face again. He's got backup from Graveyard, but this is the play. Look how Dennis Meister got here undetected. How is he allowed to do this so many times? Okay, sure, they're all lining up by quad, but he's got himself into such an important place. Now looking for where's that crossfire. He knows it's here. JW's found Cold Zero. Now the bomb goes down. And how is he allowed to do this time and time again? Every time he's had this freedom, he will make the most of it. It's now Fer and Fallen. Yeah.
What can you do here?
They seem to have such tunnel vision towards that quad area. They just didn't even consider Arch might be a possibility. And after losing that, well, after giving that frag away towards the fire, you feel like they kind of left 2 players towards B. They're kind of taking a bit of a gamble there. But the fact that no one's even considering Arch side being a possibility. Dennis showing some great discipline as well. Doesn't actually do too much damage in terms of kills. He gets 1, but yes, he just bought his time a little bit and waiting for that first frag to be a definite opportunity for him. And then at that point, his teammates is coming in and sealing the deal.
It's even just getting the information. Him knowing where one player is, then can maybe set up JW to understand, okay, well, where's the best crossfire position for this? Can I understand where the next player is? And you just saw JW just instantly pinning the guy in Graveyard. It's the one thing that Fnatic, I guess, because everyone who speaks Swedish, who's around the Fnatic guys, like the way they act together, it's incredible to hear. Apparently, you know, their communication is unbelievably good in comparison to most others. So if they can work this out mid-round, you can't anti-strat that sort of play. It just comes very naturally to these guys. So seeing that going to the forefront, but then credit again to Luminosity, 8-6 as a scoreline on this map against Fnatic is still pretty impressive here. So I think we still need to see what comes into the next half of things.
Yeah, of course.
Because Luminosity's CT side impressed me more in the previous game, but into this one, Fnatic again gifted kills here coming out, but will they take the bait towards B?
It's a very hard prospect at CT to face like that when you haven't smoked it off, of course. You don't know what's going to be down there. And this time it's actually going to be Crims and Olofmeister, that deadly tag team combination, picking up the first 2 frags there. Flush Air is dropped, but man advantage in favour of the Swedes there. For just by himself towards B now. This is the one-way smoke. He'll jump up on towards that little truck here and see whether he can be gifted a kill. It's a very common spot, I have to say, and it's one Fnatic used himself. So let's see whether he's actually able to do anything with this.
Just going to duck himself into a touch more of the smoke, so he wants to get peer up. It should be peaked.
Yeah, this is...
Crims again just spinning around.
It's actually a position Crims actually used himself, so he's going to not have any opportunity here. But Fallen somehow gifted the kill towards Dennis Meister, so...
And they're going to find out there was no one else in mid. They could maybe argue there's someone second mid, but they're going to start maybe having to consider to help out Fer. He's just going to go straight through the smoke. He takes down Crims, the master of B himself removed. Fer maybe wants to take that title from him, but instantly Fnatic on the rotate here. 38 seconds, Henry. This is going to be pretty close. And who's the player on the side has to buy the time? It's Taco.
It is, and he's in that truck position once again. He's giving his position away, and what a shot from JW. That opens up the bomb site now. There's still 25 seconds to play with. That AWP in hand as well. Fallen having to shoot through the grenade smoke there. Not really many options for him unless JW goes to the face here. Olofmeister does get the bomb down. And it's going to be a 2-on-2 with a retake.
JW watching towards CT. Olaf backing himself away. Fallen's found one. It's down to Olaf to get the clutch, and he can't do it. The retake finally comes in from Luminosity. It seems like a lifetime in the making throughout this game, but they finally put it off. And that's Fer with 2 and Fallen with 2 himself. So, Fer, what a game from that man.
Absolutely, some very high-octane moments from him, but that's a huge clutch for them to win. Like, when you get the bomb down, it's Fnatic holding the A-bomb site. You normally write that one off. You feel like those guys...
Between JW and Olaf.
Yeah, sure, you feel like they've got that one locked down, but Fallen is being very calm and just not over-committing to any situations, waiting for JW to face. He takes him down, and he's actually the one that saved that round as well. They lose the first kill, and he's just going back and facing towards middle. He's making sure we need to do something about this. Goes back, takes down Crims, And that's it, 9-6. And they won the pistol as well, but if you remember, they got 4 sport and lost 3 in a row. It's a very difficult situation to get yourself back into the game at that point, but 9-6, I don't mind that at all for Luminosity. It's a decent half from them.
I was going to say, what sort of scoreline would we be looking for on the half, Henrik? Because I know that's your favourite here. But then again, you know, everything changes, I feel, when you're talking about Fnatic on this map.
Sure.
It's very hard to kind of take that standard idea of what's a good half. Anything's a good half against Fnatic.
If you're winning the half
lead.
against Fnatic, yeah.
Doesn't matter what side to me in this one. It looks like LG going pretty straight in on this, at least for the banana control. They may not push through towards the side just yet, but they have got some control here, and Olaf still holding the peak.
This is it. The bomb is showing its presence towards B so far, but it's going to be a rotation coming in. No real aggression coming in from CTs. They have got 4 sets of armor and crims on the kit as well, so you can see Olaf is battling there. He's relentless. Once this first kill, coldzera going to deny him so far. That is getting a little bit more defensive, waiting for backup to come in. Then surely going to be facing this. Flashbang does come over, and it's going to be Taka to take that on off to open things up here.
So much committed for one man. Seems like there is a bit of a buzz in our headsets. Hopefully, you guys aren't getting that one. But I hope that'll be resolved nice and quick here. But still, let's keep our eyes on Fnatic as to what they do. Now they're a man down. Dennis looking to take back something here, and that's one way to do it. What a guy to get on the pistol in this one. He's going to find the head of Fallen, and now into 3v3. Fer going to try and take the challenge. Flusher says no, and suddenly it's down to Luminosity to try and take back control somewhere on this map. But at the moment, Fnatic reading them pretty well here. Already get players on the way. Ooh. Dennis again on the cross. This guy going above and beyond, and again, this guy delivers in pistol rounds.
Yeah, he's been coined the best pistol player in the world, and he shows time and time again how influential he can be. If you've got a player in your team that can actually consistently win you pistol rounds just with those kind of performances, that's such a valuable asset going forward. It's actually very impressive to see what he can do with that Simon's USP. They lose the first man in form of Olaf, but Dennis just rectifies that straight away. Just absolutely impeccable style there. And it's going to be Luminosity now on towards the 4 spot. They have got Tech 9s, Desert Eagles, and some head armor as well, but you can see a little bit of a different approach coming in here. We've got Fnatic, we've got P90s, UMPs, and an M4 on Dennis. Let's see what they can bring to the table this one.
Well, Luminosity at least negating the early damage that's normally laid down by Fnatic by lobbing those nades straight down into the face of any. So at least for now, they've kept themselves relatively intact. They do have the smokes. They've got a couple of flashes to build off here, and those Tech 9s, of course. If they can bring this side to a manageable size, nice and close range,
sure,
maybe they could do something. But then again, you've got P90s out here. It's not exactly like it suddenly becomes the easiest thing in the world.
Well, they have got smoke grenades. This is the difference between Fnatic's approach in the second round. Obviously, they're going forward, just brute force, straight up middle, find the headshots. I'd imagine they're going to smoke off towards Library, smoke off towards Arch, and try and wrap around the bomb side with the flashbangs as well. Stay as a tight unit and see what they can do in this scenario. You can see them kind of setting up for smokes right now. Yeah, and here it comes. So we'll see what they can bring to the table here. FNX going to have some control, but it's a very passive setup coming in. And Flasher holding the Arch nice and far back. It hasn't been smoked out here, so he's going to at least going to be holding on, see if they come through CD spawns. Actually, going to be Quad that's going to be the main point of contention. Dennis takes the first frag. coldzera coming back there with the Desert Eagle headshot. And now's a real opportunity for LG. It's going to be JW who's dropped as well. And now a full retake coming in. Olafmeister doing what he can. His teammate has been smoked off. It's Flusher, but he pushes through and brings it down to a 2-on-2.
So where's Crims in this one? He needs to join into this battle because these two are holding good angles. There's still a molly as well on Fer. He can buy so much time if he wants to put it to the bomb site. What are they going to do? 2 kits as well. They're pretty well set here. They've got the M4 back in the hands of Crims. And they're going for this one. Of course they are. It's Fnatic and they're leaping in wildly and so many bullets to use. And how the hell did Crims find that? And the diffuser's going to come out. There's all the time in the world with those kits to hand. And Luminosity had a chance in that.
That was actually a very nice approach from Luminosity. They get the bomb down and it's actually a really good arch execution. You saw the smoke coming down towards the library area. It was locking one of the CT players out. Olaf doing what he can. He gets taken down as well. But Flusher, of course, pushing through the smoke. P90 in hand, just going to town there and somehow gets the jumping shots to finish it off on the bomb side. I thought he was done for, but somehow Fnatic stay alive. That's a massive round going forward. You can see with the bomb down, Luminosity can justify some upgraded pistols here, but not really much else. They've got a couple of Deagles and some Tech 9s. So going for a faster B approach here. Crims spamming through the smoke there. Does take the fall into 43 HP, but he's going to be way ahead of footsteps and stuff. Just be falling back for now.
Okay. Scoreline getting very close now. Of course, the gun round was where really Luminosity started to shine a little bit more on their CT side, but
yeah,
this is again Fnatic. These guys have
that grenade.
That nade just landing in the pocket of Fnatic. He's not happy about that one. I wouldn't be too pleased either, especially when the other option is running into a P90. So Luminosity now, once again, looking for chances. This worked out pretty well, playing that kind of fast contact before, but it obviously didn't equate to the round. Now they don't have those smokes. Now they're going a little bit drier into this one. Has Fallen trying to toy with them at B, but a dangerous game to play in FNX. A little bit cautious of just maybe someone lurking in quad, but not the case. Flusher backing away. Just leaving them a little bit of enough room, I guess, to hang themselves at this point.
Oh, I'd say that's fair. You can see they're just trying to work every angle here, try and pre-fire all the corners they can and hope they're gifted something. It's going to be FNX trying that tactic out right now. Two players very low indeed, and just Fnatic keeping their cards very close to their chest here. Flusher should have some confrontation here. With that P90 once again, I'm sure he's going to take this one down.
Here we go. Line him up, knock him down. Doesn't happen. Fallen flies around apparently with the Glock of all things and gets the job done. But then again, it seems to be a little bit of a needless cause at this point. Is Luminosity going to try and put this one back together? Actually, JW might walk right into it, and now Fallen's had another chance to do some damage. And again, all the rifles still into place here. Have to work extraordinarily hard to find any more in this one, and instantly Fnatic lock themselves into serious round mode, don't give anything away, take out Fallen, and there you have it. But this is the round I'm looking forward to now.
This is the one. This is the big one in stats.
Is it him?
Well, yeah, I'd say so. And I was going to say something else, so I'm not going to.
Well behaved. I'm proud of you.
Fallen obviously went with that Glock last round, like you said, picked up a kill as well, so he manages to get the AWP and some body armor here to work with, but JW answering the favour back as well. He gets an ult himself. So let's see what kind of round we can expect from Luminosity. It's Matt who likes to talk about that full B execution. He loves it so much, and we'll see whether they can go for that this time. They're going for the banana control. Fallen just holding the corner there, seeing if anyone will gift him a face. But so far, quite a passive setup from Fnatic. They have got 3 players towards middle. Went for a little bit of aggression at the start, but now we'll be falling back to more of a standard setup here. Just smoking up middle, denying the terrorists any vision here. But LG have got control of banana already. So they got to the top, and you can see Olaf Meister for that face. That's quite an audacious one as well. I'm surprised he got away with his life. Going to be smoking out the T's now. And just denying them. Oh, he gets legged through the wall though. Interesting.
I don't know how he's still alive. He takes that fight just as everyone's turn setting up for the play. Then he gets legged of all things basically through the wall. That's quite lucky, quite fortunate for Olaf there. And there's the double smoke just to give him a little bit of an additional buffer to this. But it has drawn a player over. They did have 3 on B for an occasion, but now actually Olaf going to switch up here.
Let's see what Luminosity can do with this. You can see 5 players now leaving the B bomb, so they're going to be actually focusing towards middle. They still have smoke grenades and a Molotov as well. I'm sure it's going to be a very standard approach here. Smoke's going towards the library area. And JW sitting on that corner, going to be staying as long as he can, flashing them off for now, and actually going to be playing in front of the smoke as well. This is a big play from him.
This could be huge. If they go around towards this, he's in the perfect spot. I hope they even consider it. He gets tagged and somehow gets away alive, utilizing the smoke as best he had to his strengths in this. But now Olaf switched up his position. He's been playing by pit. He's going to have to take the fight now, and he does that. 2 kills already back to back, bring it to the 3v3. He can't quite make it to any more. So now suddenly it's Luminosity who have the upper hand, but can they get that bomb down? Can they get past the likes of JW doing that? Probably not. As now Taco in a 1v2.
That's insane. JW, just when it looks like he's literally got nothing to work with, he's 14 HP, the T's know exactly where he is. Here we go, 2-on-1, Taka to hold on with 26 HP on the bomb site. Let's have something to work with here, but unfortunately, of course, JW just finds a headshot with the USP, and it's all about that guy just there. That's amazing how he managed to stay alive in that situation. Of course, the quick escape works out for him, and it brings it in. 9-9. Oh my god, that was just 10-9, sorry. That's the scoreboard not updating. It's probably not having your own PC.
Oh, Henry.
Yeah, you know.
You're just calling it out on air now. Yeah. Is this where it's come to?
It is. But anyway, JW.
Oh, no, please change the topic.
I am going to.
Oh,
I was trying to before you.
What, highlighted your ways? I'm
anyway,
so sorry.
4-0 in favour of Fnatic now. Huge round for them to win. Coming out of the absolute bleak there, but going to be a force buy pretty much coming in from Luminosity. Galil's 3 AKs. No Molotovs either, can be very important on Inferno. So let's see what they can bring to the table. There's going to be a massive round for them. They do get a maximum loss bonus next round, so if they can get a plant down this time, it'll be very valuable for them. That's the Crims doing the exact smoke we discussed in the last half. It's Fallen, he predicts it, takes him down, and Olaf Meister looking to rectify that straight away.
Fallen just about getting away with his life in that one. Now JW's holding so close to this. This is how Dennis kicked things off in the pistol as well. This sort of angle seems to have Fnatic's name written all over it in coldzera. If only he knew how close he was to impending doom. He's going to see the foot. I'm pretty sure JW's just seen that. He's going to take the swing out as well. Fallen just gets punished. And now instantly he knows where the follow-up's going to be. He's going to fall back. He knows where these smokes are coming to, but he still gets caught. Fur now opens things back into a chance. There's only 1 player holding the site at the moment, and it's Flusher. Everyone else is going to have to be on the rotate here. And it's Olaf who's already made it towards CT Arch. Luminosity slowed things down, and now here comes the option for Olaf. Does he take the fight? He's going to take at least 1 down, but Fur leaps around. Now Flusher wants to go in, and they line up. He takes down coldzera and Taco. And now Fur again in these awful predicaments.
Well, he's in a very good position. The fact he's got the library undetected as well, this is actually quite valuable for them. You can see the CTs aren't actually aware of as to where he's gone here as well. So he's going to have a completely open A bomb site here, but Flusher through the smoke there needed to make something happen, and of course, they allow that perfectly for him, and he gets the double kill. 2-on-1 situation. And you can see the CT's no real information as to what to do. But I actually like this setup. A lot of teams will play one towards A, one towards B. They're making sure they stay together in the middle of the map. CT spawn gives them options. As soon as that bomb planted, they can work out where it is and attack the situation together instead of being 2 one-on-one situations.
All right, so bombs now down. It's retake time. This has worked out very well previously for Fnatic. They're coming from the same direction. Will Fur predict this? He takes down one. He's looking for the bomb. He gets the shot, and he will close it down towards Flusher. Brilliantly played by Fur. Picking up 4 in the end that round. If he wasn't already doing enough for his team, can we just press tab right now to see how big this guy's going for these guys? 26 kills.
That's nuts.
Normally, if you looked at these two teams and wondered who'd be on 26, you look at maybe Fnatic and go, is it Olaf? Is it JW? Everyone can do that on their side, but for Luminosity, it's weird seeing one player so far ahead of the others to this sort of degree.
This is a really impressive round from Fur. Very calm in the situation. You can see just perfect positioning as well. Takes that first shot down onto Olaf, and it's a pretty simple procedure from there. The problem is for Luminosity going forward is, right, they're going to have to do a full rebuy into this one now. And they need to work out, if they lose this round, that's going to be the hard reset. That means a double eco going forward. And I think this is probably a tactical pause coming in from Luminosity. They're probably discussing the situation, making sure they approach it correctly. Fnatic's buy, I'm not sure they actually bought into this yet. Can we just bring the scoreboard down a second? So yeah, they're kind of discussing their options as well. They're quite low on money themselves. So Fnatic know what kind of position they're in. If they do force buy into this one and they win it, it's a massive advantage going forward.
He's had enough.
Is he disconnected or what?
He just stood up.
Oh, I'm looking at you got the camera. Yeah, okay. He's just gone. So maybe he's gone to the toilet. Maybe
it literally could be a toilet break. Like,
okay.
I love the way you just theory craft this beautiful storyline of this tactical deployment.
It makes sense. Like Luminosity are known to be very clever about their tactical pauses. This is a good time to take it, like I said.
Is.
Like the fact that if you lose this round, you're full reset and you've got to fully invest into this round. And Fnatic obviously do have the opportunity here. If you do force buy and you win the round, it's massive. It means you're going to have 2, but if you lose it, it's going to put you in a very difficult situation. But Fnatic, they're brave. I feel like they may...
They're brave.
They're brave. They're always brave.
I mean, look at Luminosity, and it's fallen. He's so animated in discussing this one through and wondering what they can do to come up with maybe a little bit more, because to be fair to them, they are going toe-to-toe with Fnatic on Inferno, the palace, the King's Castle in this one for Fnatic.
Yeah, of course. This game's always neck and neck on Inferno, like we said. On Starlighter, 16-14, came down to some very small nuances, like one crucial round from Dennis to the CZ, and then some ridiculous Tech 9 force buys as well. This is the kind of thing that separate these two on this map. Both very strong in it indeed, and it's neck and neck so far, and this is a big round going forward. If Fnatic do force buy into this, it's going to be very exciting to see what they bring to the table. Maybe they bring some Deagles, some Scouts, and see what they can do. But
you know what, Henry?
Go on.
They were calling you out for your predictions on the desk, saying how bad they were.
Right.
I think it was in regards to you saying NiP were fantastic or something.
I didn't even say that, but okay.
I'm pretty sure you were backing them very heavily. But that aside, do you want to make up for it? Maybe you just go for a bold prediction. Now, you've seen a lot of the game here, so I'm giving you a bit of an upper hand in this.
What, you want me to say who's going to win now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's impossible to know. It's like...
You've got more information than they do on the desk, Henry, and you've been making these wild predictions all the time.
Well, this is a very crucial round, right?
Okay.
Okay, well, let me finish. Can you stop butting in for a second?
Wow.
Okay. So, if Fnatic do force buy into this and lose it, I'd say it's going to edge towards Luminosity. Like, they can be gifted 2 rounds from this. But if Fnatic decide to be disciplined and take a full save here, then they get themselves in a strong position, and they actually, on the CT side, it's very difficult to break this Fnatic wall down, right? So if you're asking me to make a prediction, if you're going to make me...
Don't look so offended when this is literally discussed on the desk. You're looking at me like I've asked you something horrific.
I'm just saying it's... Okay, let's say... Can I see this round first?
No. You've seen enough rounds.
Okay, well, I'm going to say...
Yanko's already beating everyone here, and, he's not even... You didn't even see the amount of rounds you...
I haven't even been on the desk.
Oh, well done. You've been coming up with enough answers in the green room, so...
Have I? Like this whole NIP scandal is going on right now?
I didn't take part in that, but I'm getting more grief than you, so maybe I should have. But
okay,
Henry, stop sitting on the fence.
I'm going to say Fnatic because they haven't forced one to this, and I'm going to take the risk. I'll say Fnatic take it.
All right, there we go. So
if you're going to push me for one.
Maybe you can redeem yourself on this. We'll see. Maybe Matt can forgive you, and once again, all will be well between you two. But as you said, Fnatic kind of not necessarily foregoing the round. I think that's a little bit said and done, but certainly taking this one a little bit lighter and kind of stepping away from maybe looking to take the round on the board.
They want to do as much damage as they possibly can this round. They want to see if they can get a couple of rifles in their favour and maybe save them. Obviously investing in some PT-50s here, and there's a grenade on Flusher as well, but you can see Luminosity reading this situation well. I think should they stay together? I don't want to give anything away here, but it's going to be slowly but surely making their way towards apartments. There is a little bit of a stack coming on from Fnatic here. Olaf will be the first one to go down with JW coming with the refrag. It's Fur continuing his strong form here, gets the double kill, and pretty much secures the round at this stage as well.
Out of anyone to make that bit of a play, it looks a bit dangerous when those two are playing there, and Dennis actually going to walk right in front of him, and Fur just going to be padding out the stats in case he needed it more. And now Flusher, the only one standing really with a chance close to this. He's going to have the nade just to pocket if he needs it. 55 seconds though, he's going to try and take the peak on that. He's going to get a little bit of damage done. But not a great deal else. And to be fair, Luminosity playing as a pack, going around making sure they stay together as they take these fights, maybe excluding Fur just kind of in apartments. But there was someone starting to build up with him. So Crim's going to be limited to what he can achieve, and it's going to be FNX to fight him by the bottom of Banana, and Luminosity will at least pick up this round, but that's not too surprising. That's not what we were really eyeing up. It was, could Fnatic do any damage? And the answer was no.
Well, this is the thing. Like, this went for some P250s, a very light investment there, obviously. And this is the round that really matters going forward. Obviously, Luminosity not dropping a player there, they're actually getting themselves rebuilding the economy, but it's still not going to be great to lose this round. But let's see what Fnatic can bring to the table this time. They're going to have Flusher just on a CZ, apparently. Okay, so the problem is with this guy is, like, most players, this would be a disadvantage. Like, he's actually, like, ridiculous with that weapon. So I actually see that as something he can actually work with seriously. There's some decent grenades coming in towards Banana there. It's actually all 5 players from Luminosity stacked towards that area. This is probably the BXQ that we normally discuss from this team. You see all the Molotovs going in and ton of smokes and flashbangs going over as well. It's very pretty to watch. It's a very beautiful executed tactic. Let's see whether they will go with it as well. Looking like they're being a little bit apprehensive. Back and forth.
Olaf can be so deadly in this spot as well. That's the terrifying part. This could go brilliantly for Luminosity if they make sure to check for that one man who is waiting just on the verge of that smoke. So as said, Luminosity do have beautiful play to this one. Olaf's actually going to back out of this. I think he knows what's coming his way. Going to expend the Molotov in this one by a little bit of time. No one's taking it.
You can see they've just baited out everything Fnatic actually had on that bomb side as well. They're actually just going to see how this one goes down. They still have the smokes up as well. Now they go for the entry frag. Olaf had to do something with that. It's Taco that takes down the first kill. Now Flusher, the aforementioned CZ, trying to do what he can. It's an absolute nightmare there. Doing so much damage. Look at the HP of Luminosity here. 5 on 3, but still options for Fnatic here.
This could all change. It's not over yet. Crims is in they need to get one pick on this, and suddenly it becomes rather available. I think it's Fallen who's pushed very close here. If JW tries to push through, he's going to get caught out. He actually can't see. He's scoped in, and suddenly Dennis finds Fur. Okay, 4 left standing. Bomb is down. There's Crims to support JW, and now they're working out where they're playing. There's Dennis to find coldzera. They're doing this 3v what was 5. FNX finally stands up and says no, but it's just down to FNX in a 1v1. Bomb is ticking. JW going to go in on the AWP on this one. He's going to bring that JW style, and hell, he might just do this. You know he's got the ability. Not going to hit it. It's time to run away. FNX with 3 HP. Staying alive, making this one possible.
Those exchanges at the beginning of that execution, like I said, it was actually very smart from Luminosity, obviously showing their hand with the Molotovs and some flashbangs there. It looks like they're going to be executing straight away. Olafmeister drops everything he's got there, and then they wait about 5 or 6 seconds for that Molotov to extinguish, and then they still have the smokes up there. Obviously, that lasts a lot longer time, and then they go in, so that first entry kill comes in. Olaf gets taken down, but so much damage inflicted there, especially Flusher as well, with the CZ is running through and causing chaos there, but yes, Luminosity come out on top, and JW does save the AWP, so it's not going to be a full force buy from them, but JW with the AWP on this map definitely can make things happen here, so they need to be a little bit careful.
I love that from Fnatic. The information trading through to them. JW getting the support from Flusher perfectly at the right time, each of them working out where those Luminosity players were. And the difference a touch of HP can make, I guess, but there we go. JW going to be the... Oh, what?
Okay.
I don't think he even realised he hit Fur at that point, and look who goes walking. Of course it's Olaf, straight down mid, ballsy as you like, finds Fur, backs away. That's already damage done.
Yeah, now it's 5 on 4, and you can see LG now going to have options towards Banana. You can see Taco is looking out for that Crim's boost coming in there. He does it so much, but this time just trying to bait them in a little bit, seeing if they'll waste their AK bullets and these give away their positions a bit. But Taco just patiently waiting. We see JW back towards Arch here, baiting in Dennis is towards the cubby area. At this point, LG just need to do a full execution. You can see them setting themselves out of smoke. Just stick together and make sure every kill is replied. Use the buddy system and make sure you're not dropping any more players individually like we saw at the beginning of the round.
JW, so terrifying when this guy finds form, and he has been recently. And you know, not just normal good form. Yeah. I mean JW form. The old JW was starting to feature again, and I think everyone remembers the shots coming out on Cash. But yeah, he's going to be the one to have to receive the flood of LG players if they make the commitment towards A. But so far, they might be backing away from this. It's only coldzera really walking into it.
Well, they've got 30 seconds remaining as well. They have 1 smoke grenade for CD spawn and a Molotov for the oranges and a flashbang to go over. So definitely still options here, but they need to work out how they're going to approach this situation. It's going to be FNX. They're actually going back towards middle here, and then coldzera is the one to open it up. So definitely something to work with there, and he gets the second as well. That secures it. 14 seconds, and you can see no CTs on the A-bomb so whatsoever. So it's coldzera when they were pushed up against the wall there. He reacts and finds those 2 kills. Lovely stuff from him. It looked a bit touch and go, the amount of time they had remaining, and the fact that JW still had the AWP, and FNX is going to be finding that third frag as well. Just Crimson out off remaining. They do have an AK-47. If they can pick up that second one as well, that's a very successful anti-eco going forward.
Crim's desperate to get hold of that. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with it. The player sitting in Cubby maybe just posing more of a threat than he'd like, but he might try and make a mad dash for it towards the end. But still, credit where it's due, as you said, coldzera, the player that everyone was kind of pointing out very early on, being a really massive swing up of a performer, starting to be really integral to this lineup. Had a bit of a quiet game before, but now you can see the sort of importance he can play, and Crims does actually recover the rifle as well.
Well, it's Taco against Navi that was stepping up massively as well, and Fur as well was having some great moments. So he's continuing that form, absolutely. He's got, like, I think it must be close to 30 frags right now, maybe more. But there it is, Luminosity after losing that first frag to Olaf Meister. It's actually Crims that finishes things off. And you can see that's actually pretty expensive for Luminosity. That's actually cost them quite a lot of money there. And I think we have a pause coming in again. So this may be the tactical pause. Like, obviously, Luminosity in a fantastic position so far. They're 13-10 up against Fnatic. This is the sort of situation where most teams start losing it, right? They can feel the victory looming. They feel, oh, we got it. We could actually do this.
How many times do Fnatic do this sort of comeback as well?
And it's like, as soon as teams get to this sort of margin, that it's like, okay, how do we ruin this? How does Olaf Meister's wreck us? And like just doing Olaf things, running into positions without any flashbangs is completely just wrecking you.
But can he do it as much on the CT side? This is the one thing. Okay, sure, there's CT aggression that can work out really well, which will give you that map control. But I always feel when he's on the T side, you get
it's more obviously it's more of the T-sided thing that Olaf has those kind of options there. But still, it's like the ridiculous clutches and like the nose goes coming from JW and that Olaf Crims combination towards Banana. If those guys start waking up and start like just causing absolute chaos, that's when things start to become a problem. This round is crucial. If Luminosity can take this one, they're in such a fantastic position. It should be their map. It would be a throw at that stage to give it away, but. I think this must be a tactical pause. I don't think anyone's going to the server. It's like Luminosity that right now is like, right, we've got this. We've done this before. Let's make sure we can seal the deal this time and actually go all the way. Fnatic, they, like they say on their interviews all the time, they never consider themselves out of any sort of situation. And still this one is not too far gone at all. It's 13-10, but Luminosity know how big this next round is.
I think you could see the Fnatic coach in the background talking more than any of the players. This time around, obviously for Luminosity, it's more Fallen. He's so invested.
The thing is as well, I'm not sure who took the pause, but whoever does take a pause, you can assume that they're about to adapt to what you're kind of bringing to the table, right? Or maybe they'll chuck in something a little bit fast-paced, have some aggression. And for me, whenever these teams just take pauses against me, for example, I was thinking, wow, let's just do something crazy ourselves. Let's
ruin it.
Let's throw something in there. Let's just throw a rush in. We've been doing defaults every single round. Let's actually just throw our own little bit of creativity into the mix. But we'll see how this one goes down. CT half has actually been pretty difficult for Fnatic here, so looking like we're getting back into this one. Round number 24. We have got the AWP on to JW, but they have got a decent buy actually. He's got a decent amount of utility, some more incendiaries, just to say as well. And this is a big one. It's a full investment from Fnatic as well. Don't have much cash to play with. And we'll see. Well, they can see some heavy aggression from Luminosity. 4 players actually making their way all the way up to be smoked out for now. Olaf Meister could do some decent damage that grenade. The land on the head of Fallen as well, taking down to 41 HP.
But he's playing so close to this. He's going to get the lineup of them. There was the first, but he's not going to find any more. But they do not instantly push off the back. They hit the brakes. Now the bomb's in a bit of a spot, but they should be able to recover that no problem in the end.
Sure.
Now they ended up trading out Taco for Olaf, I guess. As a T-side, you could kind of work with that one.
Well, if you look at the utility buys right now, the CTs have 1 smoke remaining and some flashbangs. In terms of the advantage right now, Luminosity definitely in the driving seat. They've got the AWP, they've got incendiaries, they've got smoke grenades, flashbangs. They can slow this right down. Let's bleed the CTs out, make them forced into a situation they don't want to be in. Someone needs to find a frag now. 1 minute remaining. We'll see what the CTs do bring to the table. We're going to leave 2 players towards B for now. And it's Fallen, just waiting patiently, seeing if anyone will give him anything to work with here.
So patient in this role, and the rest of his team trying to keep everything as close to the chest as possible, working through second mid, not showing any sort of play. And to be fair though, Fnatic are playing extraordinarily deep towards the side. Dennis and JW there. JW pretty much as far back as you can get at this point. A little bit cautious about maybe presence towards apartments, but he's going to flash out Dennis. Allow Dennis to have a little bit of a peek to this, and Dennis is going to be the one to maybe turn everything here for Fnatic, but he does land the first, he gets the second, the third comes around, and of course, it's Dennis to get the triple kill, and Luminosity's dreams into this round have suddenly been dashed.
I can't believe, even in that position, somehow he finds 3 kills. So when he's like walking out into the open, you think there's no way you can get more than 1 frag in that situation. But like I said, lining up once again, they didn't even get flash from that. They were almost given away that he was facing that position. But Dennis stepping up once again, 3 kills for him. That secures the round, just when Fnatic needed it as well. This one was such a massive round, and it's going to be going in favor of Fnatic. And this is what we talked about. As soon as those pauses come in, Fnatic seem just to bounce back straight away and find something to work with there. So the 4-on-4 looking heavily in favor of Luminosity crumbles in the end at the hand of Dennis.
How many times is it Dennis as well? He is so key. Look at this again. He does get tagged up there, but from this point on, no one barely hit him. Fur didn't manage to land a single shot on the guy. So just got away with those two, and now 13 to 11. As you're just pointing out, the money's looking not great for Luminosity.
They have got the AWP on towards Fallen, obviously, and very capable of finding kills with that weapon, but the rest of his teammates, not the same story, I'm afraid. P250s and Tech-9s. It's going to be coming down to this man in the screen right now, whether he can find anything, and gifted a shot potentially as JW gets him through the wall, of course.
Jumping
brings it to a
across.
5-on-4.
Why wouldn't it be JW jumping across mid, landing the shot through the wall? And now at least, you know, they can recover that rifle, excuse me, the AWP, I guess, and put it into hands of coldzera, but then again, it's not Fallen. It's not the guy you want necessarily with this in hand. But then again, maybe they could work something out with it.
Well, they have got 2 smoke grenades here, so that means they can smoke off towards CD spawn, towards the coils, and the problem is they don't really have any flashbangs here, and they're being smoked out as well. It would be a very telegraph push into the B bomb side, but right now, that's kind of their only option. They'll smoke up and just go in with the Tech-9s and hope someone can find that entry kill and just set the AWP up, potentially with a plant down as well to kind of have those skeet shots on towards CD spawn, but we'll see how this one goes down. Smoked out once again. That's going to delay them even further. They have committed all 4 players here as well. Good news is there's only 2 Fnatic players waiting for them. Something. A little bit of peace, I guess.
The thinnest of silver lining that you can cling to. But Fnatic aren't actually looking for information on A either. They're sat waiting pretty patiently. So they don't know that there's necessarily this many players here. Dennis is set with the flash for Crims. Crims can go off the back of it. He's going to just flash for himself. That second of a difference could have made the difference there, but actually no, it's coldzera landing the shot towards Crims, but they've got to expect Dennis to be on the side, at least one other player, and only one comes out of it. Again, coldzera. That's what I wanted to see with the AWP, but I did not expect it from his hand.
There it is, he gets the second shot as well. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They get in, they get that first shot, and now they're in a fantastic position with that AWP. There's actually 3 kills for coldzera as well. JW and Flush on the retake now, going to push through the smoke. Of course, it's Flusher to go first with the flashbang as well. JW finds one, Flusher finds a second. Just Taka remaining now in towards Emo. He gets the first
volley
kill.
Doesn't go in.
Okay, Flusher manages to make it work, and
Getting the AWP.
okay, right. I can see them like high-fiving each other. I guess it's like, what's going on here? But yeah, it's fine. He's just getting the AWP and working out what was going on.
I don't think he could find it either, actually.
Yeah, I think he was trying to look for it. He knows he's at the back of the site, so
Jesus Christ, these retakes are ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, that was actually an insane round from Luminosity to get to that position anyway. coldzera coming up with, I think it was 3 in the end to get to that spot, then the plant. But then these retakes, those flashes through smokes, Flush's aggression is just relentless.
Everything was perfect for Luminosity then. They had the smoked off spawn, they had the AWP, crossfires of AKs as well. You thought this is it, they're going to make this force by work for them. But of course, that push through smoke seems to work for Flusher every single time. And they bounce back, and it's going to be 13-12 here. All by coming in from Luminosity, a distinct lack of Molotovs. Have 2 to work with and a few smokes as well, but not the strongest bite they can bring to the table. Definitely no AWP on towards Fallen. They're going for more of aggressive apartments take this time, but the CTs are towards Boiler Room as well. It's a little boost over Renegade style towards middle, and it's going to be the shot onto Fallen that just about misses, but at least they get a little bit of intel there, and the reaction comes in. JW is ready for it. Taco jumping at the apartments. They actually find 2 kills here. Bomb drop towards quad. Flusher takes the second kill as well, so now goes down to a 3-on-3, so good reaction from the Brazilians here.
Flusher buying a bit of time, though. That has allowed a couple of players to get close by. Now, Fallen could be caught out or make a big difference here. Will he predict the Olaf's here? Yes, he does. Lovely intuition from that man himself. And now, Flusher and Crims, the dastardly duo, have to do it again. And there's Flusher finding Taco out of nowhere. The bomb, at least, is down and ticking. Luminosity need to hold on to this, though, and they try to volley out the corner, but coldzera punishes Fnatic for it, as now Flusher falls, and finally, Luminosity get a grip of that rather dire retake they started to build.
What's really interesting about this round, though, Lauren, is look at the money for Fnatic. They've actually got 2 players and like $1,500. It's getting to the point of map point for Luminosity. This is the moment where, this is like, you could almost call it a throw. If Luminosity don't lose this round against Pistols and Max 7, this is just Fnatic things going forward. This is the round that defines Fnatic. This is what they're so good at, and somehow making these rounds work for them. This is it.
The thing is, you almost expect them to win at this point, which is so ridiculous. It's just that mentality that they do it so often. But then again, look at Luminosity. Come into this with the posture of, we're just going to be a little bit more aggressive. We're going to take some information early. We're not going to give them the full run of the map, but they still need to be relatively cautious on this because there are weapons on.
Yeah, well, just to reiterate, they've got no kits, 1 rifle, 1 shotgun, and 3 pistols. No real utility, 1 smoke remaining. This should be all day long Luminosity's round.
I love how you're covering this because more than likely in about 1 minute and 17 seconds, it gets a little bit close normally.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they can do. Olofmeister with that Max 7. It's going to be Fallen just patrolling towards the B area. They can probably leave him in that stage. At that, when you get towards that area, you can actually listen for footsteps and rotations from the V-bomb site. So it's a very valuable position to have control of. But let's see what the CTs bring to the table here. You can see the smokes coming over. This could be the bait play from Luminosity once again. It's trying to see what nades Fnatic do have available. It's Fallen Stegs in that position right now, just listening out, trying to gain intel for any rotations.
Now the rifle is in the hands of JW. He's been the one towards quad at this point, or at least short. Keeping eyes towards it. So if they do run through this, he could be the one making contact here. Flusher going to put his molly down by a little bit of time. And they're starting to read this pretty darn well, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, that's a really nice incendiary, just to hold them off a little bit as well. Just drag the
Henry.
clock down, and JW's ready. This is it.
This could be a disaster for Luminosity if they do not check this. They finally get the tag and JW gets found out, but where's the rest? Is Dennis trying to keep things together but has none of what he normally can bring. Now the 3 players for Fnatic are out of position. They can't quite get that instant contact they'd want. The bomb is going to go down. And Flusher suspects maybe there's someone close by, and of course he's going to land that shot towards one. They get the rifle back in hand. Fallen watching the cross, going to get challenged. He does find Crims, but there's a wild player loose, and it is Flusher. That's 2 already. There's still Olaf up and standing, but no kits. This is going to become harder, and I think they start to realize this might be the time to walk away. But Flusher still doing just Flusher things, walking in with a CZ. He won't get the round, but he's certainly going to make it costly, and Taco closes things down, and that meant the world to these guys. But the difference of 1 HP was left.
That's crazy. Like we thought it was going to be a nuts round, and it's so difficult for them. You can see LG just trying to do everything they can to guarantee themselves situations. Towards the top of middle, just trying to hard in every cubby hole and hoping, no, surely not this time. He's not going to check it this time. Flusher picks up that CZ kill, comes down to a 3-on-3. The bomb is down. It comes down to a 1-on-1 of 1 HP, and Luminosity have done it. They get themselves to 15-12, but not out of the woods just yet. It's a 4 spy coming in from Fnatic, of course. It's map point now for Luminosity. And they're setting themselves up for an amazing position here. They don't need to overcommit to these situations. Make sure it's a refrag, and they can't allow someone like Flusher to cause havoc here with the CZ.
Okay. They're still being hesitant as well. They're not just committing wildly yet. Getting a good picture of what Fnatic have in this. As you noted, it is pretty much just CZs of 5-7 and very basic amounts of utility that can be put down. But there's still only 1 minute 20 on the board here for Luminosity. They have enough to work with. They've got the mollies. But then again, the last round was defined by 1 HP. So no matter the odds, Fnatic are a tough opponent. But if things keep going the way they are, it looks like Luminosity are on for this game. The nade doesn't quite connect towards Olaf as maybe they'd have hoped there, and he's still pretty darn close to this.
Absolutely. Like I said, just making sure that no mistakes are made here whatsoever. Just trying to bleed out the CTs here. Anything they do have available, just make them use it. Slowly but surely, making their way towards B. Just getting that control of the area. Crims going to be flashed in, pop flash over the top as well. Not going to get anything for it. Fallen just gets a little bit further back, more defensive. Still 40 seconds to play over as well, so they will be grouping up and going towards middle, it seems. And surely this is it.
Such an air of caution with Luminosity. You can see how tentative and cautious they are to everything they do. So scared, so understanding of how much pressure and brilliance Fnatic can bring to these rounds, but so far Luminosity have been outdoing them. They've been showing the real class here, and now they need to do it one more time. 20 seconds now, this has to happen. Here comes FNX. He's going to be the one to make first contact, but actually the crossfire pays off. But Fur and Fallen starting to make things work, and they've taken the site. Now they need to get the bomb down. 10 seconds to plant. They've got all the time in the world. Crims, your last man alive. Not quite in the position to do anything with it. And there we go, Luminosity getting things going in this. That's Fnatic down, at least in this matchup. On Inferno, Henry. Yep. This is a matchup they're going to remember for a while.
Absolutely, very impressive performance there. Let's not get too excited though. This is the group stage, right? Like it doesn't really mean that much. It does secure themselves pretty much, I'd say, guaranteed now to be finished off in this group. That's one of the huge scalps to take down. Obviously, favourites with the group. You've taken them down. You've beaten Navi already.
Exactly. It does start to add up.
So like they're looking very strong indeed. But like let's not worry too much for Fnatic. They're going to get out of this group regardless. Yeah, this is the thing. Like people always take them down in the group stages, right? And they always come back.
But Henry, you said NIP are going to do really well.
I did not say that. This has been misquoted.
I'm just saying this is what I've heard from the analysis guys on the desk. So I kind of believe them.
Guys even know?
Apparently more than you, in regards to at least NIP's form so far, but that aside, I actually don't know how they're doing. We only saw them in one game. So, but yeah, let's come back to this one. The one thing that I absolutely loved was the fact that when we got to hear from Fallen in the previous interview, the Navi game, OJ brought up the fact of, well, you know, Fnatic are kind of around the corner, and he was so humble about the fact is like these guys are ridiculously good.
I don't think you could be anything but. You can't just say, oh, we're going to win this game, right? Like,
but there was literally, it sounded like no confidence in that, and then the way these guys turned up is ridiculous. Now, Inferno coming under probably one of the toughest maps to ever play Fnatic on.
Yep.
What sort of stead are we putting Luminosity in here? Because as you said, it's only the groups though. So how much weight can you put to this?
It's great confidence boost for them, right? Obviously, like they're a young team. It's still a relatively new lineup considering like what's been changed later towards the end of 2015. But they're just coming back to each tournament stronger and stronger every single time, and it's actually very impressive to see them do this. Like we said, still group stages, but they've guaranteed themselves semi-finals just by these two massive victories going forward. That would be fantastic.
And I love on paper how this reads. You know, they beat Navi on Mirage, which is another stronghold,
Yeah,
then you know what map wouldn't you want to face Fnatic on under any instance? Oh, probably Inferno. Well, we'll beat them on that too.
The key difference is this time they didn't have any of those blunders. We said to win those games, like we actually said it before we went in, right? To win the game, they need to make sure they're not losing these situations against the CZs, and they came down to 1 HP. They separated it. I think that round would have made it like a possibility for Fnatic to come back, but they held strong and made sure they actually did everything that was required. No massive blunders, so that's the difference between last time we saw them play.
Well, last time we heard from Fallen with OJ. I'm wondering who he's got this time, and I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful interview. So guys, OJ, take it away.
Thank you very much, Lauren. So first off, congratulations on the win. But secondly, thank you so much for making our analysts look good, because they chose you to win this matchup. That was big.
Yeah, that was impressive. This match was Inferno again. We have a very many matches played against Fnatic Inferno. We have won some, they won some as well. And this game was very similar to the game we made with them in the semi-finals when last tournament we faced them. Very close for both sides, but this time we managed to... We also used a pause to calm our boys, because what was struggling us in the past was the motion. So I tried to pause even if we won the round, just get them calmed down, and I think it worked pretty well.
And that's what Fnatic have been doing to people for years. They seem to fall behind, they take that famous Fnatic pause, they take a timeout, reset themselves, and they go on to win the map. You seem to have taken that from them. That's what you did to Fnatic. You Fnatic to Fnatic.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, that was impressive. This match was very complicated. Fer played out of his mind, and Fer was very calm this match. During the first time on the second round, pistol round, we got ourselves a little nervous. We made a mistake, we lost a pistol, there was 5-4 for us. So the emotions start coming. But in the end, I think we're learning. With more matches and more tournaments, we're gonna learn how to do better with this kind of situations. And I think this is very important for us to become one of the best teams in the world.
Well, I think you're definitely on the route to it then. Let's talk about this, the World Championships here in Katowice. That was a big win. How much does that mean in terms of this tournament? How much does that mean in terms of taking this title?
Right now, it means nothing. If we don't win the next 3 games, we're probably going to be out of the tournament, and that's exactly the mindset we have to do right now. Doesn't matter if we beat Fnatic, if we beat Mongols, or if we beat NIP, or it's the same. It's 3 points, I guess, or 1 point, I don't know. You need to win. So right now we have to reset ourselves, and next game is another final, and that's how we're going to go for next match.
Is that you being sensible, or is that you being humble? Because you were very humble before the Fnatic game. We talked about it. You talked about them being the best team in the world, and you went out there. I'm not saying you schooled them, but you beat them. You must, in your mind, in the back of your mind, you must know that this title could be on here for you.
I think the last tournaments we played, we could have got the title as well. So we know we're very far. So we just don't want to get so excited that will never come. So just need to stay calm, stay humble. Fnatic is still the best team in the world. It's not because we beat them, they're better than them or something. I think on the top level, everything can beat each one. Mainly on BO1, it's really fair. You know, the teams are pretty much at the same level. So it's not about being humble or not. I think we're on the right path, and we need to stay with this mindset, and we need to secure more 3 wins if we want to pass in first in this group.
And let's just talk quickly about support, because it seems that anyone who plays Fnatic, supporters, if they're Fnatic fans will support Fnatic, neutrals, they seem to go behind every other team, because Fnatic, they win so much that everyone wants to see the underdogs. Did you feel, even though obviously you can't hear it because we're in a very quiet room outside the main arena right now, do you know that people are cheering for you back home?
Yeah, I imagine, because when I'm watching Fnatic play as well, every game is a listen. They are very good. And I kind of, besides liking them very much, I like these guys. They're awesome persons, not only players. But in the end, we wanted to see someone streaking and killing Fnatic, because it's pretty cool to see them losing, because it's not often that they do it. So I can imagine people were cheering for us. I'd like to thank everybody who was cheering. I guess Brazilian community was cheering a lot, and we have fans over wide the world right now, so that's pretty awesome. Thanks, guys.
And if anyone is listening right now in Brazil, or anyone who speaks Portuguese, what would you like to say to them?
Vamos, caralho, bora!
It's exactly what I thought. So we've had a win, and it's a win against Fnatic. Matthew, it's over to you.
So much, and this puts them in an excellent position to try and top out the group, because they've now beat the 2 teams that we thought were in the close contention for that first spot. I have to say Fer as well. 2 straight maps, he's been absolutely ungodly, and 31 kills this time.
Definitely, he showed up. It seems like, again, for this tournament, him and Coldzera switched roles. Since Cold got into the team, he took over that superstar role. But Fer was just absolutely crazy, especially in that first half.
Yeah, what an absolute god. I mean, that was scary, wasn't it? For God, exactly. That was just a super impressive run. We were watching it backstage, and everyone was thinking, now is going to be the time, just like in Minsk, where Fnatic are going to pull out something ridiculous. And They did actually do it in a bunch of rounds. I mean, JW in library, no scoping one guy, Dennis with a ridiculous triple kill at Archway. So many rounds where you think this is it.
Flusher flashing in through the smoke.
Exactly. Like you think now is it. Now is where they turn it around, like they always do, but not this time. I mean, I think this is really the story of Luminosity. They never seem to show up and get beat the same way twice. There's always some sort of level of adaptation involved, and it's incredible.
This goes to show the leadership that Fallen does bring to the team. I thought as well, a shout out to Taco just for playing so incredibly well over the first 2 maps as well, because he's the guy that everyone kind of been pointing to is like, oh, Taco bottom fragging again. Just goes to show he can contribute. One of the things that go ahead.
Shout out to Moses for thinking Fnatic would win, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We didn't put them
on.
down. We should be doing predictions for everyone every game, even when they're not on the desk, because then I can wreck them at the end. But you guys are both correct in this one with the LG. I want to say as well, the one thing that we talked about as well at the start of this, Fnatic, even if you're ahead, you've got the momentum, but they have these pistols out. They can win these crucial rounds, and it starts to break teams. 1 HP from Taco to save it against the C's Edge originally when the round started. They did pick up some rifles, obviously, by that point, but saving that, how big? I mean, they could have gone overtime if that went Fnatic's way.
Eventually it has to come back to you, right? I mean, the way they lost the game in Minsk, they also had a couple of other close games too. It has to come back at some point. This was, maybe a bit of luck on their side as well this time around. And Taco has had some huge rounds, especially the round on the T side when they were entering B. And I think three Fnatic players were waiting for them, actually. And he got the entry kill on Olaf, then Crims was smoked off, JW was towards CT spawn as well, so a really important kill getting them entry into the bomb site.
And we didn't see B as much. I mentioned that Molotov shot. We actually saw a lot more A play. You pointed out an interesting round on the defense, too, where LG put 3 players in apartments.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. That's so scary as well. And you almost see what the problem was, because once they try to get back into the A bomb site, if it wasn't for someone just deciding to jump into pit, they could have got stuck up there. I mean, if having 3 people in apartments is, I think it kind of works if you stay there a little bit early, but then if nothing happens, you fall back. But they stayed there quite late in the round, so I don't know. That was, in my opinion, a big risk for LG, but they made it work that round.
Yeah, and sorry, just to clarify, that was for their CT side.
Yeah,
it made it sound like it was T side. But yeah, I've never seen 3 committed to that hallway.
I mean, another important round now on the T side, apps again, right? There was a round where I think just after they won a round, they went to apps, and the Fnatic guys did a boost over the smoke on mid. And as soon as they heard JW, shoot with the AWP, I think Fallen maybe even saw it, they immediately reacted, pushing apps, running through apps, because they, made an educated guess, so to speak, that because of that setup, there's probably not going to be anyone watching apps. Maybe the third player is towards long or whatever. So they managed to run out, to explode through apps, get the trades, and in the end win the round.
And we see it time and time again, too. When you do win pit on that T side, it's so hard for the retake to happen. It gives you control of the site. I think pretty much every time the Terrorists get into pit this game, they won the round. I think with the exception of one, and that was when Cold overcommitted to the peak late. But
yeah, they lost 1 round.
Yeah, for the most part, it just goes to show you how vital that position is. Don't forget, guys, you can head over to plays.tv, download the app extension. At the end of the day, send me your favorite play. You can capture it on the Twitch. Just simply follow the instructions on the website. Whoever sends me the best play of the day on Plays TV, maybe I'll give you some shadows or something along those lines. But guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. The next game on the stream is going to be coming up. It's Fnatic versus NIP, the battle of the Swedes, and NIP desperate for a win. We'll be back in just a bit.